Hello everybody, and welcome to Andrew Broussard Watercolors. Today I'm working on an oil painting. I think this is part 4 of this one. So far it's a gessoed surface, smooth gesso board by the Hobby Lobby brand, Master Touch. I used the sap green and Pompeii red to initially put it into place. Then I did some glazing, and today I am playing around with a little bit more glazing. So I'm going to have a mixture of Galkid as my solvent, or my medium, sorry, and Winton Phthalo blue. I meant to switch it to Prussian blue, but let's see how this goes. If it's too overbearing, I might switch the paint out. Okay, yeah, it's looking good. I'm going to use this to glaze. It has a good transparency rating. It is a strong pigment. That's why I was a little hesitant to use it at first. I was going to look at Prussian blue. But I'm going to put it in and then kind of wipe back. So I'm going to use it to darken areas in the painting. With this painting, you can watch the other videos on my YouTube, and this will be up there as well. With it, I don't really have too much of a plan other than experimenting with different glazes and seeing what happens. And last time I really enjoyed the darkness that I was getting with a Prussian blue, so that's what led to this one. Let's see. There we go, that's looking good. Let's give it an interesting slight darkening effect, which I'm liking, and I'm able to leave my textures there. Hopefully that slight change is showing up on the camera. I'm painting flat so that I can film easier. It is a little bit hard filming upright on the easel. I'm almost tempted to consider an overall glaze of this, but I think last time I mentioned that I wanted to start doing kind of a localized idea. So I'll use this guy for my darks, and maybe I'll switch something over mid-video to try everything else. Yeah, so just kind of play around with the darks, and I'll see if there's something that I want to use for the lighter areas. It's all just experimental and learning as I go. So far, results have been really satisfactory, and I've had some beautiful paintings come out of it and some great reactions. One thing I like to do is go antiquing. Not really buying expensive antiques or anything like that, but going to antique stores, going to thrift stores. I like to look like for fountain pens, vintage things. And the reason I bring it up is that a lot of the times you'll see paintings in antique stores and thrift stores, and makes you wonder, like, look at the names, and maybe sometimes, like once in a blue moon, you might recognize a print from somebody. But I hardly ever recognize the painters in there. And you'll see some of these hand-painted things for $50, for $100, $30, whatever. And I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this, but it might be kind of just a philosophical thing of make sure you're painting for yourself, because in your enjoyment, you never know where your painting will end up and how responsive people will be to it. I'm sure somebody will go in there and find it, you know, one day, those ones in the antique shops and the thrift stores and all that. And it'll eventually be in a home that, you know, people enjoy it. But, you know, paint because you like to do it. I did see one artist that would take paintings that he found at antique shops and then paint scenes on top of them, or paint modern things on top, or add modern elements, which was pretty cool. That was a really cool approach to painting. And a little darker aspects of these trees. I just really want that texture to stay there. You can even get some texture strokes with this. That's interesting. I do like the greens that are taking place here. Let's darken this area up. I'll spread it out a little bit. Okay. All right, so I think we put some of that in. I'll let it sit for 2 or 3 days and dry. The Galkid is a fast dryer. And we'll come back in and glaze with some other colors on top. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you find it interesting, and I'll be back soon with more progress on this painting. Y'all have a great day.